What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I am No Spoon, and today's video is going to be called Make Yourself Bigger Than Your Desires. All right? Firstly, if anyone would like to work with me, link is down in the description. I really appreciate you so much. All right, let's just get right into it. In manifestation, in conscious creation, in creating your own life consciously, selecting your own reality, you must understand that everything is coming from you. These desires that you say that you want, or you say you don't have, these are little tiny aspects of you. You are grander, more supreme than all of these little tiny aspects that appear to be outside of you. The issue is when we start making these little things like money, like your SP, which is a specific person, by the way, if you don't know what that means, specific person, like your physical appearance change, like you getting good grades, like your spouse having an alcoholic problem. Everything is the same. Nothing is different. This stuff applies to literally everything. The problem is when we give too much power and too much importance to this thing, as if we don't have it already, as if it doesn't come from us, we put it on a pedestal, we push it away from us, and we say, I don't have this thing right now. All right? So your entire life, you have been conditioned and you have been brought up with these certain beliefs, these certain assumptions about the way the world works, about the way that people are, about the way that you interact with people in social settings, about your self-concept, your confidence, your expression of your thoughts, the way that you look, and how important that is in your succession or validation or value or importance in life is. All of these things. We have an entire encapsulated self-concept with these beliefs that we have been brought up with through family and friends, blah, blah, blah. And when you become conscious to this with manifestation, you have a bit of a job now. You have a bit of a job to understand when your old identity creeps up and tries to negate this new story that you are implying, that you are claiming internally. So let's take money, for example, right? If you have had a relationship your entire life that you live paycheck to paycheck, you never have enough money, money's always tight, you've heard the term money doesn't grow on trees, that's too expensive, we can't afford that, blah, 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 blah. You have maybe this unconscious belief within you about money that says money's always tight. We don't ever have enough. Money's hard to get. All of this. And this goes completely unconscious. When you start learning about manifestation, when you start learning about conscious creation, these are the things that you need to target within yourself. Not about the external situation, but within yourself. See, you want to start being financially abundant in your reality. Address the root causes within you that limit money from coming in. I'm not worthy of having money. I'm not skillful enough. I am not smart enough. I don't have the degree from college. Money doesn't grow on trees. All of these little things are stirring within you that project an external experience for you to experience. Whether you think it or not, it's stirring within your subconscious. So you must understand that everything exists right now. You're waiting on something that already exists in the present moment. The biggest issue that I see with everybody is Everyone is taking the 3D for the true reality, the final answer, something that can't be changed. Because we have been conditioned with our 5 senses that this is true reality. What we can see, what we can feel, touch, smell, taste, all of that stuff. That's true because I can sense it. But we haven't been conditioned to understand that there are things that are invisible to our 5 senses that exist right here and now that are even more essential to the projection that we experience with our 5 senses. See, again, everything that you could ever want or desire, whether it be about your self-concept or about these external desires, exists right here and right now. There are infinite realities, infinite possibilities. You just can't see them because you are not, if you want to go scientific, you are not vibrating at the correct level to be able to perceive these things. You may be vibrating here, but your money situation, your SP, specific person situation, might be vibrating here. Once you start claiming to be this person, which is invisible, internal, without proof or evidence of the 3D validation, and you stay there, and you don't need the 3D mirror to reflect it to you, the 3D then begins to shift. Things start glitching. People start showing up different ways, like nothing ever happened. So the moment that you stop checking for results is the moment that you are that person right now. And it's just a matter of time. But the idea, once again, is to not need to experience it in the 3D. I understand people in the comments are getting spiraled about their SP situation or XYZ, things that are happening out in front of them. And it's making them question manifestation. And is this actually real? Well, I'm here to tell you, the moment that you check and you see that thing outside of you and you spiral, you are now, right now, that person who is experiencing this. You are now the identity who is experiencing your SP not choosing you, your SP just destroying your entire world. If you were the person right now who knew internally that they had their SP, that their partner was sober and was treating them with respect and wanted them to revamp the relationship, knew to the core of their soul, you wouldn't care what you saw out here. Because if you understand that the 3D is the old story, is the old identity, the old script of what you have subconsciously, unconsciously chosen over and over and over again, like at the beginning of the video, from all of this conditioning we have had our entire life, then you will realize that, oh, all it takes is for me to choose anew. And I gotta just, I gotta internally fulfill myself more than I take validation from the 3D. Sure, whenever you start claiming anew, the 3D might start getting a little worse because, in a way, the 3D, ourselves, we want to test ourselves. Have we actually changed? Are we actually the new person? Let me show you the same circumstance once again in your face, and we'll see if you're the new person. We'll see. But most people, they spiral, they take the 3D as true, as validation, and they go, oh shit, nothing's changed, this doesn't work, does this actually work? And boom, you're back into the old identity once again. So really, really, really get down that your 4D, your consciousness, your internal reality, what you see within, your infinite selection of every and anything that you could ever select is the true reality. It is. It is. There's no limits to what you can do. Nothing's off limits. Nothing's impossible to God. Would you ask God if anything is impossible to God? No, you wouldn't. Any and everything is possible. I have already listed ways that you can go in and get yourself into the state, use these tools to get you into the state of being the person now who is experiencing what you want to experience. The hang up is not needing the 3D to reflect it. And in doing so, paradoxically, in doing so, you will start to see it reflected. But the issue is everybody claims anew and then they go, where is it? You're not the person. You're not being the identity. You can't claim I am this person and then go, why hasn't it changed? Is it changing yet? You're not the person. You can't say, I have my car, and then go, is my car out in the driveway? I have my bed. Is my bed in my room? It's the same thing for everything. And this is why I say dial in heavily on self-concept. Because everything is coming from you. All you are doing is experiencing different aspects of yourself. That's all. Everything that ever has been, ever will be, that has ever existed is existing right now, and it's all coming from within you and your perception. You can say something is good, you could say something is bad, and it all means nothing. It's all coming from the perceiver. This person can say it's bad, this person can say it's good, but the thing is neutral at the end of the day. The person perceiving it is giving the meaning. So whenever you claim anew, me and my SP are happily married and I don't give a shit what I see out there. I can see the worst of the worst of the worst experience out there that they're showing me. I can see the worst thing. They could have a 3P. They could be doing this and that with this person. They could tell me they never want to see me ever again. It doesn't matter because there is a current version that you are experiencing of them out here. But there are infinite versions of them that exist internally. The way that you select from the infinite realities existing right now is by going within and identifying with the version of you that is experiencing the version of them that is most optimal to you, that is most ideal to you, right? So again, stop trying to put all of your focus on these external things. This SP of mine, this specific person of mine is not showing up the way that I want to be, that I want them to be. Let me put all of my attention and focus on changing them, on trying to mold them and change them. Just discard this one. Sure, you might have to interact with this current version, but it doesn't matter what you do in the 3D. It doesn't matter. You could say whatever the fuck you want to them. It is the identity and what you know to be true internally behind the action that matters. Make sense? I know it is. So, again, start within. You are connected with infinite intelligence. Completely connected. The same animating force that livens up everything. The same thing that beats your heart. The same thing that grows your hair. The same thing that, makes the plants blossom. Everything that makes the tides go back and forth. It is all the same energy. It is all one collective consciousness, all one mind. So whenever you are thinking something, whenever you think your SP is thinking something, specific person, whenever you think they're thinking something, they're thinking it right now, because there is only now. Whatever you say in your reality is correct. Whatever you think they're thinking, they're thinking. However you perceive money is the way money perceives you. But the issue, once again, is needing to see it reflected immediately. Oh, I'm doing this thing to make this thing happen and it didn't happen, so shit. It doesn't work. You're doing it incorrectly. You have to be, no matter what you see in the 3D reality. And I'm telling you right now, in the 3D, the third dimension plays by space and time, which is an illusion. Yes, it is. But that's the way that the rules are set up in the 3D. It will take a little bit of movement of you and a little bit of perceived time for things to reflect. But if you can think fourth dimensionally and know that everything is now, there is no past and there is no future, there are infinite selections of you, experiencing infinite selections of every single desire that you could ever possibly imagine in infinite ways. Become completely, walk, talk, act, behave, perceive, express everything as if you had your desire right now, because you do. But the issue is that we identify so much with our five senses and we go, oh, this is the real reality out here. When it's really the illusion. It's just a mental projection of everything you've ever selected in your entire life. And since you've done it over and over and over again, since you have selected bullshit without any proof, and you've had so much faith in the bullshit, you didn't even question it. It's probably going to be this way because, I'm not good enough, because it never works out for me. Of course it never works out for me. You had no question. You didn't question, am I doing this right? Am I doing this? Do I need to do a technique to make sure that that I'm getting this negative experience? No, you just said it. You didn't care how you felt. You said it over and over and over again with zero proof in the external. And you experience just that. And you experience just that over and over and over again. And it is so much your identity, is so much on an automatic program that it is easy for you to select it. Right? So when we're going to completely change that perception and start selecting the optimal story for us, why is it so hard for us to start selecting the best things without proof? Selecting the greatest outcomes without proof? It doesn't make any sense. It is our conditioning, unfortunately, but understand that everything is within you and you are able to perceive and choose and experience anything and everything in every single way possible that you would like without proof or evidence. So start claiming anew, stop giving a shit what you see out there like you did for the bullshit, and start predicting things in your favor. Yeah, of course it's going to go my way. Why wouldn't it? I'm the greatest to ever do it. Who wouldn't want to be with me? I'm completely irresistible. Yeah, of course. I'm extremely confident. I'm the greatest in social situations. Everything always works out for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. Money flows to me like water. Money's absolutely obsessed with me. Man, I have so much money, it's not even funny. Wow, I'm so grateful I have a career and I'm so grateful my business is booming. I have so many clients I don't even know what to do with without needing to see it out here, right? Without proof or evidence. The greatest things about yourself, that's what creates a new identity. And when you start creating a new identity, yes, the 3D might be like, oh shit, no, we're not used to this. Let me throw you a familiar thing that might spiral you. If you can cut that off and be like, nope, I know what I claimed internally as the true reality, and not give a shit what you see out here, that's when it starts shifting. But the idea is to fulfill yourself so much internally that you don't care if you see it externally or not. It's being indifferent. It's being indifferent to the outside. If you were the person now who had $1 million, who had a booming business, who had a ton of clients, who had their specific person, who were married to them, who had the ideal body, who had the ideal health situation, whose partner was just absolutely perfect. Like literally right now, how would you behave if someone came up to you and was like, that's not that way. That's not what you have. You have to know so much what you have internally and identify that as the true reality that nothing outside of you can shake you. Understanding that this is just a current reality that you have chosen. This is just a current version that you have chosen. And the true version that you want to see exists right here and right now. And all you have to do is select it. Identify as the person right now who is experiencing that thing. And everything shifts around you. And whenever it finally comes in the 3D, you're like, oh, yeah, of course. That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Because I fulfilled myself so much internally. So I don't need to see it outside. I don't need to see it externally. And if you spiral in the 3D, who gives a fuck? Get back on the horse. All there is now. I am this person now. Now, what you select over and over in a moment-to-moment basis is what you end up experiencing. Again, because every single second is set back to zero. Zero, zero, neutral, neutral, neutral. It's how you define that moment is what you will experience. Every single second. Oh, my SP hasn't texted me. Boom. Okay, your SP isn't texting you. Next second, my SP hasn't texted me. I need to check. Okay, yeah, they haven't texted you then. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what you experience internally and what you experience externally. So you could very well say, they're blowing my phone up. They need to get a life. They can't get enough of me. I'm completely irresistible. Of course they are. Of course they're blowing me up. I'm the best option. Your mind goes, okay, great, awesome. They're texting you. Okay, cool. Let's let's give you more reasons to believe that. All of a sudden, you hear from your SP. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I miss you so much. What you been up to? It's been a while. Hey, stranger. And when that happens, you still be the person who has always received communication, always been chosen by your SP. Of course, it's normal. It's normal. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Not, oh my God, they texted me. Holy shit. I'm over the moon. That's not the person who is normally consistently getting communication, getting prioritization from their SP. It's not. You have to make everything normal before you see it externally and not give a shit what you see outside. Not give a shit what you see externally. You have to be before you see. I like that. You have to be before you see. We'll end it there. All right. Again, if you would like to work with me, link is in the description. I really need to know where your awareness is to respond to these comments. I can kind of generally give you the tips and the direction that I feel like you need in the moment. But some people have certain things in their awareness. Some people have certain hangups. If you book a call, we can really get down to it. But I don't gatekeep shit in these videos. You can absolutely do this. It's very, very straightforward. But I understand. I used to be there. So don't beat yourself up. But again, I'm here if you need. All right? This is No Spoon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.